What is up, you guys? Jay Zilla here, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. I was having a great time last night with this DLC, and I'm super excited to finish it. Last thing we did was get some module for the sink over here, and I think now we can go into the Forbidden Zone. We gotta begin the advanced institutional test at X8. Okay, so we did the regular tests there, but I never did the advanced ones. I think I'm gonna go back and try that.
Might I be of service, sir? Very good, sir. Should sir be in the market for a new suit of morning wear? I have several suggestions that might suit.
Just gonna buy some health or something. See, anything I can sell here? Let's sell some of these. And let's sell the flamer fuel.
Uh-oh. Injecting.
Already? Wow. Terrible. We haven't even been playing for like 5 minutes. Well, hopefully it goes better from here on. I wasn't doing very good against those scorpions anyway. Maybe I should just try to go to the Forbidden Zone. I'll load back into this one. Hopefully it's alright.
This one looks pretty tough.
Okay. Let's get out of there. So we also got this quest. Speak to Dr. 8 if you can. Let's actually do this while we're here.
Bad guys dealt with.
Dr.
I
Dalla.
love to hear you breathe. You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue? Like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
Lady killer. Also, what's up? Gene's game videos in the chat. It seems to me you have more biological needs than your counterparts.
What? Nonsense.
Turn and cough roughly, then slowly scratch nose.
What? What are you doing?
Okay, we got her to come out of her shell. Run your hands along the sides of your face, then exhale rapidly.
Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
Close eyelids, breathe deeply, then stretch languidly.
Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why don't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at the human body.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
I could come back anytime and just breathe if you want.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my jaw might run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
This robot is a freak. Who are you? What do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dalla, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates? How is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
First head chief researcher. A lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm sometimes called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Why did you remove my brain? And how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
But how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
I feel strange in here. Peaceful, but on edge.
It is the pacification field emitters that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here.
Is there any way to shut it off?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here.
We've spoken enough.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Level up. Alright, I'm gonna put it in. Medicine. And explosives. Fast metabolism perk. You gain a 20% health bonus when using stealth stimpaks. Yeah, give me that. Nice. And what is up, Dizzy Lane in the chat? Yeah, she does want my primal energy. She is crazy. She did give me a quest. He came and went. Ask Dr. Klein about the conversation he had with the last visitor to the Big Empty.
Stop hovering. I mean, if you want.
What are you doing back? Mobius's threats persist. Worse, he's filling up our transmission storage holotape to capacity.
I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Oh yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Alright, so I'm guessing that's Ulysses. I don't know who else it would be. You seem like the one in charge. You are. Well, I already met him. Alright, let's speak to this one.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
You're Dr. O, correct?
Oh? Oh, yes. I'm not going to bother correcting you. At least you got the doctor part correct. I can be grateful for that, at least. Stop the presses! Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, my Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Ooh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
He does not like Robco. Calm down. Just wanted to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
What do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
That doesn't sound impressive. Breaking machines, that is.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
Do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Are you sure? I'm a good listener. Got the ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name is an O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
Alright, I think we've spoken long enough.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Robot on robot violence, yeah. These robots are crazy. Dr. Boris.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Animal? Did you just call me an animal?
Yes, animal. Hormones, pores, glands, all wrapped up in skin. Who knows what terrifying secrets lie beneath your epidermis? Scalpels shall tell us your secrets, even if we must cut deep for such knowledge. I was head of my biology class at American High, you know.
I encountered your pet in X8 and had to kill it.
So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering.
Doggy cybo-engineering. Also, Dizzy Lane in the chat says, have you played this before? I did play Fallout New Vegas once, like, way back when I was little, but I was, like, so young that I just, like, skipped through all the dialogue, and I didn't really pay attention to any of that. The first time I played Fallout, I just skipped through all the dialogue and just played, like, you know, just fought through all the enemies and everything. I didn't really have any idea what was going on. So it's still all pretty new to me. Who are you? What do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You're responsible for cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile.
Oh, yeah.
They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
What makes you think they haven't escaped?
Because Big Mountain safety measures are far more sophisticated than their primitive animal instincts. We are their lords and masters.
Contained at Big Mountain? Those things are all over the Mojave.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
I don't think they're sterile. They breed, alright.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
No, that's alright. Trust me.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps we can perform a sterility castration some other time then.
You don't seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
Alright. When did you create cazadors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards from the Great Static, or beyond. There were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
I want to know more about Mobius and the Forbidden Zone.
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying robo-scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater a big mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
Why does Klein want these particular technologies?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science.
Right, well, we already got the technologies. Okay, we've spoken enough.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
Dr. 8. What was that? Did something happen with your voice module? Is that a yes or a no? Or a yes, no? I'm pretty sure you can understand me, and I want some answers. Well, I'm not getting anything out of this guy. I'll be going now. See if you can resolve O's problem with his name.
Predictable. The lobotomized specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
I want to talk to you about your name.
What about it? I don't feel like arguing it with you two.
I just don't have the intelligence. I need more of those worthless caps to test the CIU barter functions upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Nice. Alright, well let's try to find any trace of Gabe in Higgs Village. I think I killed Gabe. Let me do a hard save before I leave here, because the last time I left here, the game crashed. I'll do another one down here for good measures. Just in case, like, just in case the autosave overwrites it or something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run by those guys, because I don't have tons of ammo.
Does that feel better? Please take this. I don't want you to die. Does that feel better?
I'm getting lit up out here.
Does that feel better?
Feels a little bit better.
Please take this. I don't want you to die. Injecting stim pack.
Alright, lady, stop wasting on my stim packs now. get in there real quick. This kind of looks like that place in Fallout 3. That's in the simulation there. Kind of a weird place. Speech skill book. Lots of teddy bears. Oh! It's a little baby Deathclaw. Damn! I should have been playing around with him. Try to find any trace of Gabe in Higgs Village. Yeah, well, I'm about to kill him if that's him. That's Stripe. Little monster. Get out of here. Come on, Stripe. This man can take a hit. Damn. Right in his face. That is one tough baby. Little menace. Oh! you now. I got you now. Oh! Yeah, stay right there. This guy is tough. Running out of ammo over here. Cattle prod. Take that, Stripe. Take that. Die already, Stripe. Is he invincible? He's crippled. Got him in the wall. Got you now, Stripe. Guy's a little tank. I don't even know how that guy took that much damage. Gabe. Chicken leg. Gabe's bowl. Return Gabe's bowl to Dr. Boris. Let's just check the rest of these houses. This is a really weird place. Sync project jukebox. Sweet. Audio sample opera center. Okay, let's listen to the Opera Center. I can't listen to it. Holotape contains an audio sample entitled Opera Center. It can be used to modify the sonic emitter weapon at the Sync's jukebox. Found a recalibration file for the sonic emitter. Take it to the jukebox in the Sync to recalibrate the sonic emitter for new effects. Okay. Also, hello General Albert. General Albert himself in the chat. Hope you're having a good night. And thank you for tuning in. So we checked 106 and 108 so far. Unless we might have checked this one. Yeah, this is the one we checked. That's a weird picture. Looks like he's standing in front of Liberty Prime. I wonder why there's a Securitron here. Audio sample, giant tarantula. You have found a recalibration file for the sonic emitter. Well, these are some really weird houses. Mentats. Dr. Klein's scrubs. Do a little save. Dr. Klein's glove. Now I'm over encumbered. Sync project book shoot. Nice. Okay, gotta drop something here. Oh. $102. I shouldn't have picked that up. I don't really need flour. Science skill book. Ooh, lots of mentats. Alright, I think this is the only one we haven't been in. And they got a basement. Looks like they had parrots. Okay, let's drop some things. I picked up some flour earlier. I don't really want that. Medicine skill book. Nice. Oh, I can't get into the basement? Yes, I can. What? Ah, I'm 2 points away. Maybe if I take some mentats. There we go. What's in the basement? Also, thank you, Dizzy Lane, in the chat. Well, we got the teddy. I guess that's all that's really down here. Super stim pack. Just stay away from that guy. We got that. We got that. Better get in there quick.
The lobotomite returns! What insidious plan can it have brewing in its horrid mind? What commie anti-American propaganda will it spew?
Is this Gabe's ball? Your dog from X8, Gabe?
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feelings squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down.
Sounds like Gabe really loved you.
Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that bowl. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
Sounds to me like you hurt someone who loved you very much.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes, forgotten. Almost. Yes, I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Not today. Okay, we've spoken enough.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
Alright, so I gotta go to the Forgotten Zone. Or the Forbidden Zone, that's what it is. Forbidden Zone Dome. I really would like to have some more ammo, though. Also, we got that module for the jukebox and for the book shoot.
Ah, good day, citizen. Library Processing Unit 232.7 is online and ready to eradicate sedition.
Eradicate sedition?
Of course, citizen. That's my duty and sole joy in life. All those books from before the war, full of seditious, treasonous, complicated thoughts. Just dump them in and lickety-split. I'll have them pulped, scrubbed clean, and pressed out again clean and white and sedition-free.
Can you do anything besides processing books?
What good is eradicating sedition if the malcontents have ready access to the means to make more, citizen? I can also process pencils and clipboards. Wait a moment. Pencil processors offline? Pencil processors offline? Apologies, citizen. It seems traitors have absconded with that module. If you can find a backup copy of the module, I will happily eradicate your ability to create seditious literature.
So you make blank books. What's the point of that?
Blank books are better for the mind, citizen. Real science by real men in lab coats has proved that introducing outside thoughts confuses the brain. Blank books encourage the reader not to question, but to blindly and zealously accept what's put in front of him. Also, I suppose you could use them to keep a journal.
But those books are our last legacy of the time before. You can't destroy them.
Citizen, that sounds dangerously seditious. If my re-indoctrination module was installed, I'd take care of that for you. Sadly, that system was cut for budget concerns, so you'll have to perform your own indoctrination. Now, to begin with, you'll need a cage that can fit over your head and a sack of mole rats.
Sack of mole rats? Blank books, huh? Yeah, I think I could find a use for those.
Now you're thinking like a citizen, citizen.
Okay.
Question.
Nothing right now. Goodbye.
Stay loyal, citizen.
So now we can use one for the jukebox as well.
The word proletariat means. Do you know what that?
Ooh, yeah, dig that sweet music. Damn, it's good to be back online.
What's your purpose here?
Dig, I'm an acoustical wizard kid. Old Doc Mo used me to prototype his sonic weapon designs. Get me a good sample base to work from, and I can whip up a wave that makes Jericho look like a kazoo.
Can you do anything like that for me?
Got yourself a sonic emitter, don't you? Thought so. Bring that old thing on in here and bring me some sound samples and I'll make that baby sing. Or scream, if that's what you want.
I found a save sound wave file for you.
Right on, Daddy-o. Just plug it in and I'll mix you up a sweet, sweet sound.
Sound file Opera Center, available for the sonic emitter. And Gabriel's bark. And tarantula. Alright, I want to recalibrate the sonic emitter.
Right on, Daddy. Let's spin some grooves.
Revelation. Gabriel's bark.
That makes you well-read and arrogant.
Critical strike knockback. Bonus damage versus robots.
For kindness.
What's the haps?
Opera Center. Bonus damage versus robots. Critical kill dismemberment. Okay. I gotta find the files for this guy.
Might I be of service, sir?
Yeah, I need to buy some things.
Very good, sir.
I'd like some ammo for the shotgun. 12 gauge. Take some of that. Okay, I'm gonna sell the single shotgun. And I'm gonna sell the revolver. .357 mag. .50 MG. I don't think I have anything that shoots that. And I'll take all these. Over and covered. Yep. Well, I'm just gonna stash some things in that little chest over there. Disneyland says, did you like the Dead Money DLC? Yeah, I had a great time with the Dead Money DLC. Thought it kind of ended abruptly though. I wish that we got to see some of the characters again after it ended. I'm gonna take the survivalist rifle and leave some things here. Alright, that should be good. Actually, yeah, I shouldn't need that. That should be good. At least they got some ammo now for the survivalist rifle. This thing's really good. Rat Slayer shoots 5.56.
Have you ever wanted to be invisible?
Might I be of service?
I'm just gonna buy some 5.56.
We should pick up more stim packs.
Should we? She's right, I only got 3. Okay, here's the Forbidden Zone Dome entrance. Gotta make it over there.
No more medics to kill the pain.
They saw me. feel like it's best to just run by them a lot of times. Hopefully I don't get ambushed down here. Okay, let's try survivalist rifle. Not doing great against them.
Does that feel better?
Bam! They sniped me out. Alright. Gotta be more careful.
No more medics to kill the pain.
Yeah, just leave those guys over there with their little fistons. I know after I stream Fallout New Vegas, I'm going to be picking up Fallout 4, going through that. And then I'll probably do Fallout 76. I've also been thinking about starting The Witcher at some point and doing like The Witcher 1 and 2 as well, because I never played either of those. I only played The Witcher 3. Okay, we'll do another save here.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Magneto-hydraulics complex?
Uh-oh.
They're right over here, scorpions. things are kind of crazy. Oh, they're all over the place. Getting the hell out of here.
You won't escape me.
Getting real crazy over here. I'm just gonna make a run for it. Take some chems. Ha! Wasn't so dark. Oh! Oh! This thing is crazy. Damn. It just one hit me. Giant Robo-Scorpion test log. The Saturnite armor plating on the giant Robo-Scorpion has exceeded expectations mostly. While it's virtually impervious to small arms fire, the sonic emitter that Parsons brought in managed to pry several of the prototype subsystems. We'll have to look into improved EMP shielding for the next prototype. On a more positive note, the prototype's new atomic laser is performing admirably. Some residual radiation is left behind after the weapon discharges. It may be necessary to requisition more radiation suits and meds as a precaution. Target drone effectiveness log. The constant improvements to the giant Robo-Scorpion has rendered the Protectron models we've been using as hostile communist forces largely ineffective. At this stage, they're little more than distractions. Activate target drones.
Oh, it looks like the target drone's gone activated.
That's all.
They're engaging the X-42 giant Robo-Scorpion. Need a shrapnel fly.
Ready, steady, fighting.
Making a run for it.
Bad guys dealt with.
Mobius.
It's my giant scorpion now.
Oh, is someone playing with the power? My X-42 giant Robo-Scorpion lives again.
He's all deactivated.
Time to fight.
What?
Was that all?
Deactivate.
Fighting now.
It might take a while, but I'll get him. Oh! Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't be turning on me. Don't be turning on me. Yeah, sit down.
Cessation of hostilities complete. Ready, steady, fire. Cessation of hostilities complete.
It'd be nice if this thing did a little bit more damage. That's it. Switching to this one. It's all over.
Who do you think is keeping Protective Earth? Fighting over.
Move along, please.
Alright,
Move along, please.
I'm moving. Okay, let's try sonic emitter. Nope. I thought this thing was supposed to disable force fields, but it hasn't been able to yet. Forbidden Zone Dome. Is that him? Dr. Mobius.
Preposterous. Not an angry bone in my body. Had them all removed. Hmm? Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
I've defeated your giant robo-scorpion, and you're next.
Whoa, did I leave that on? I thought I'd powered it down. Was wondering what was causing the power outages.
You aren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Why did you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
Exactly. I want my brain so I can leave.
Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats.
I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
Okay. I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
So all of this, all of his threats were just because he was tripping hard. Wow. I was curious about some things. Can you tell me about your robo-scorpions?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
Wait, sounds like you built the robo-scorpions. Issued threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius.
Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
You reprogrammed their names as part of recursion loop? What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
Why did you trap them?
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail.
Keep going. I want to hear the rest of this.
Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
If you lobotomized the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
But there must have been other signs of a larger world.
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
A cranial injury from the attack outside Goodsprings?
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
So if I don't get my brain back in my head, I can't leave ever?
Oh no. I doubt your brain would be so unreasonable. It already knows the trick of it, you see. Doesn't need to be in a host body at all. If you become friends or exist in an uneasy truce with weapons aimed at each other, it would unlock the fence for you. Well, once the think tank was dealt with, of course, your brain is a responsible sort. Doesn't want mad scientists running around everywhere.
So you set your threats on a loop to keep them occupied?
Yes, I certainly wouldn't loop it on purpose. Purpose. I am far too sophisticated to make such a childish error.
Do you know anything about the other visitors?
Not much, except they contaminated Big Mountain and installed new ideas in the think tank. One caused a great deal of infrastructure damage with his brain and smartiness. Ruthless, that one. Played a little rough with the trains. But the last one was the most dangerous. Him, slipping away. That was almost as bad as the think tank escaping.
What do you mean?
The first one, the ruthless one who smashed up our toy trains, asked for weapons, power, items he could use to destroy a nation with force. The other asked a different question, and with it got the true answer about what makes nations and what breaks them. He spoke to the think tank, to Klein, showed them the flag of the old world, and it made them remember all of it, all that had happened. They shared things with him that they shouldn't. He now carries those ideas, that knowledge elsewhere.
Okay, I was curious about some things.
Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
That's right. Alright, time for me to go. Goodbye.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Pretty spooky. The brain tank. So this is my brain.
Well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Listen, you're my brain, so you'd better be more respectful.
Oh, had I? What exactly will you do if I don't? Not put me back in that cranial dungeon you call your head? Heavens forbid.
I could smash this tank you're in. How about that?
By all means, if the idea of spending the rest of your days as a true lobotomite appeals to you. Actually, come to think of it, you probably wouldn't mind that, would you?
How the hell did Mobius get hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
How did he manage that?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
Well, that answers that. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
Cool. I can talk to my own brain. Can my heart and spine talk too?
Yes. Well, you do know that those particular organs don't have neurons and are thus incapable of speech. Yes?
Well, you don't have a mouth, but you can talk. Explain that, smarty pants.
I don't have... Ugh. I have an inferior frontal gyrus wired directly into a speech synthesizing processor. Your heart can't be wired up to a thought synthesizing processor. You can't talk to it.
What about my spine?
Ugh.
All the smart talk is hurting my head. Please stop.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want to strain your comprehension, would we?
Let's say this again. You talk a lot of science, brain, but you don't make a lot of sense.
Very well. Let me put this in terms you'll understand. Brain, smart. Heart, stupid. Spine, very stupid. You, exceptionally stupid. Does that explain the matter?
Brain, you seem awful smart all of a sudden.
I've been bettering myself, I'll have you know. I've been reading. Actual literature, mind you. Not that La Fontana or Tales of Chivalry drivel. I've been studying the classics, acquiring a solid grounding in medicine and the sciences. Also, I'm fairly certain this tank has been liberally salted with ground mentats. Well...
Alright, this is too weird. I'll be back later.
barring the unlikely event that I evolve some sort of rocket-propelled locomotion, I will be here. Ah, the meat has returned. Lovely.
I'm back. Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Hmm? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Oh, come on, that stuff's fun.
Fun? Fun? Is tetanus fun? Is rickets? What about sepsis, huh? Enjoy that, do we? The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you!
Okay. Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
But what about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek, the smell of food, love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
Yeah, I bet you didn't think of that, huh?
Yes, all right, bravo. You've come up with something I neglected to consider. There'll be no living with you now. So, what do we do about this?
Well, maybe we could keep going like this. What do you think?
You mean I'll stay in my tank and you'll stay in your skin? And we'll each handle our own areas of expertise? I certainly like the sound of that.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures.
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Why? They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar.
That's right.
I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Level up. Alright, I think I'm gonna go... medicine. Let's get that to 90. And let's put up... let's go barter. Kinda want to just search around here. Layer. We get some ammo in here. Nice. So it seems like Dr. Mobius isn't really as bad as...
They said I was mad! Preposterous! Not an angry bone in my body! Have them all removed!
I mean, he is kind of mad, but he doesn't seem like he's as evil as they made him out to be. Scientist scrubs. Lots of mentats. Wow. Mentats for days. I feel like I should try to talk to this guy again before I leave.
Oh, I see you and your brain reached a compromise. How pleasant. I hypothesize after the indignant frequencies my receptors had recepted, such a partnership-based conclusion would be low on the likely scale.
My brain told me the think tank needs to be stopped. Can you help?
If I recall, I had a plan that was working, whatever it was. I don't think it reached fruition. I would recall fruit if it had happened. I wasn't trying to kill them, just keep them out of trouble. What was that plan? Blast. I probably wrote it down on the floor somewhere.
Any tactics I could use to attack the think tank?
That will be difficult. It would be like fighting 5 scaled-down versions of me that have better depth perception. And they have an arsenal of vivisectors, brainial beams, and a rather nasty ray that can make your atoms do a happy dance. If you could survive those highly improbable odds and ends, then deceasing them is definitely an option. Although I doubt killing them would do anything except make you feel better. Or let you brag to other humans about your primal violentness.
What was the plan you had?
Something ingenious and needlessly complicated, I expect. I may have already told you and forgotten it. I forgot I had forgotten pencils until one day I found one. Spent days studying its purpose before my memory circuit kicked in. Felt quite silly.
Anything I could do to stop them that doesn't require violence?
Well, you could try and appeal to their humanity. That's a tired cliche. And really, when they were humans, they weren't very good humans.
I'd like to make the effort.
Well, there's many things they have forgotten, sitting in their bowls. Friendship, the thrill of discovery. Love, masturbation, the usual. Much like your brain, I am certain there is something you can spark within each of them. Memories, hormones. A wise man once said, "The eyes do more than see. Make them see, if you can. Or if not, you can always make them succumb to fear." It certainly worked for me, for a time. Then you came along, and bravery and/or desperation trumped that little idea. Back to the drawing board, I suppose. Or is this the end? Hard to tell.
Scare them? How?
Oh, tell them I'm still alive. We had a nice chat, and we agree on a few things. That's true, isn't it? Or you could kill me and lie about it. Either way, it would be interesting. And if you are partial to lying and deception, well, you could tell them a ludicrous lie. The more over the top, the better. That's my experience. They're more than a little gullible. Better make it convincing, though, or it'll be the dissection table and vivisectors for you. And if you speak of me, please try and make me look good. I am Dr. Mobius, after all, not some lab assistant teacher's aide.
Can I have a mentat?
Why, of course you can. I am well versed in the science of sharing. Well, when not cammed out of my sphere.
Okay. Well, I don't think I'm gonna kill Dr. Mobius. He seems like he's pretty straight up with me. Audio sample, Mobius Robo Scorpion. Wish I could get in there. Alright, try to fast travel over the big mountain. Wait a minute. We get an optional objective. Retrieve the Sync Autodocs personality holotape from Y17 to restore the Autodocs functionality. Okay, let's do that.
Time to fight.
Time to run.
Bad guys dealt with.
Oh yeah, we dealt with them alright.
This one looks pretty tough.
I like this gun. It's pretty good against robots.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Okay, up we go. Oh, we found something. Autodoc upgrade, cosmetic enhancements. Nice. Oh, we got another one. Sync Project Autodoc. Okay, so we can use the sync autodock to retrieve our original heart and our original spine. But like our brain said earlier, what we have now is better. So it's actually better to be heartless and spineless, because that gives us some extra perks. Sierra Madre test case. I heard one of the execs mention that whether Sinclair knew it or not, the Sierra Madre would be a test case for the autodock and the innovative toxins research. Maybe they were joking, but even that kind of a joke sends a chill down my spine. If I got poisoned by one of those toxins, no way would I crawl inside one of the Y-17 autodocks here if my life depended on it. The medical tech for those trauma suits alone makes me wish they'd erase their research. The suits do more thinking than the people inside them. Yeah, it does. It's always yelling at me, saying, take your stim packs, take your vegetables. Y-17 trauma harness testing results. The Y-17 trauma harness has succeeded beyond our wildest expectations. The test harnesses were able to take over the motor functions of an injured subject and walk them back to home base. We'll have to see what develops once it's recorded enough neuro-automuscular movements to display a wider range of behaviors. To think if they could be programmed to replicate a wearer's shooting or fighting reflexes, we'd have something truly amazing for the war effort. Y-17 trauma harness action items. Some issues still remain to be ironed out before the Y-17 trauma harness is ready for general production. Calibrating the proper amount of injury to trigger the suit remains problematic. Still, the little Yancey subjects could hardly protest once inside the harness. If a home base is not designated, the suit enters an unpredictable wander state. And as we discovered while calibrating injury levels, the suit's sensors are unable to recognize when the wearer is dead. Luckily, autonomous corpse retrieval is nearly as useful as autonomous casualty recovery. Let's just head right over to Big Mountain. Another game I hear a lot about is Cyberpunk 2. I've never played Cyberpunk. I would play it. So, let's go to the sink real quick.
Might I be of service, sir?
Well, let's see. I got the auto dock personality then. Here's my spine. Based on the other tanks in the room, you can safely assume this is where your brain would be floating. It's currently missing from both the tank and its proper place in your head, but you seem to be doing just fine without it. This is your original heart. Your new heart seems to be working just fine, however. Thanks to the information imparted by your own brain, oddly enough, you're now able to put your original heart back in place by using the Sync's autodock. That's my original heart. It looks nasty. It's all green and... yeah, it's all green and like radioactive. It looks nasty. It's the heart of Courier 6. Here's your original spine. You seem to be doing just fine with the replacement spine, fortunately. Okay. Never found the personality files for the toaster.
How about that? Old autodoc's back online. Well, all right. Come here. Let's have a look at you.
I'm feeling a little unwell in the head. Can you perform a psychiatric evaluation on me?
Concerned about the state of your mind, are you? Well, such things ain't my specialty, but I'm happy to tender my opinion as to your mental health. I should make you aware that the benefits of such a procedure are exclusive. That is, this only works once. Now, are you sure this is what you want?
No. I don't know. Do I want my brain back or do I want to be brainless? I gotta think about it. On second thought, not now.
Well, I'll be right...
I just want to check the perk again. Brainless. Your brain has been replaced with advanced technologies. Your head can no longer be crippled and is resistant to chem addiction and shock from bodily damage. Well, I mean, it sounds like it's better to just be brainless. So if I put my brain back in, then I'm gonna be able, then my head's gonna be able to get crippled again, and I'm no longer gonna be resistant to the addiction. So no point in putting it back in. Plus, I think the brain was happier without me anyway. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. Once and for all? Okay. Just do a little save. Can't believe I trusted these guys. I'm gonna convince them to be peaceful. I'm gonna take some mentats and meeting people.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Yeah, I don't think so. You think I am the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Countless brain extraction surgeries exist, but only one implantation, one from Mobius.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and I'll let you live.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I can bring the Mojave, this world, to you. You'll be safe and you'll still be able to experiment.
For you? And for science? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Nice. Well, we told them. Leave the think tank.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The Courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome gained a frontier town feel with the few modules installed. They shouted at each other across the HQ occasionally, either threatening each other or announcing a discovery. It kept things lively. Secretly, the Sync Central Intelligence Unit was relieved that not all of the personality chips had been found. What was there was enough.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the Courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the Courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the Courier made his way through the X-8 facility, the computers analyzed the test subjects' movements. They eventually created new cyberdogs to root out commie traitors from the wasteland. Traitors like Betsy Bright, Richie Marcus. Although they couldn't seem to find any commies, so they turned on themselves, howling sonic barks that echoed miles across the landscape.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The Courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the Courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the Courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the Courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the Wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the Courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the Courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the Courier had to walk alone.
The Lonesome Road. That's what we're streaming next. Lost the brainless perk. Oh, so I got my brain back. I gained the big brain perk. Your brain is back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, nice. But you are only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold has improved by 10%. Okay. You've acquired the Big Mountain Transport to La Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and you alone between the Mojave Wasteland and Big Mountain. To return to the Mojave or go back to Big Mountain from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Ponder as you would any weapon, pull the trigger, and away you'll go. Note that it won't work in interiors or combat situations. Okay.
Huzzah, sir! Huzzah! Huzzah, sir!
Oh. The modules are getting crazy.
So you beat the big brains at their own game, huh? Guess you'll be putting your walking shoes on again, hitting that old lonesome road.
That's right. I don't know how he knew, but that's exactly what I'm going to be doing next is Lonesome Road.
Catch you later, Gator.
Later, Gator. He's a funny little guy. Alright, let's take this, take some of our stuff back. Benny's suit, I need that. Alright, I'm gonna leave the scientist scrubs here. Yeah, I'm pretty sad that the DLC is already over. I gotta drop something here. I guess it doesn't matter because I can always just come back here. Leave that. Leave that. Okay, I'll just leave. I gotta leave something else here. And now I have a new gun, the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. Alright, so it doesn't work indoors. If I come out here, it should bring me back to the Mojave. I'm gonna miss this place, the Big Empty. Could always come back here at some point if I want. Alright. Well, that was it. So I guess I'm gonna wrap the stream up. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you Gene's Game Videos, Dizzy Lane, and General Burt himself, especially in the chat, for all the comments. I appreciate that. I think the next stream I do is going to be probably Elder Scrolls Online again. I'll probably do that tomorrow at some point. Actually, I lied. Actually, tomorrow. So tomorrow, Tainted Grail, the DLC comes out. It's a free DLC dropping for Tainted Grail. So I'm gonna plan on streaming that around 2-3 p.m. whenever I get it installed. I think it drops at like 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll get it right away and then I'll install it. And I'll plan on streaming that around 2 or 3. And maybe I'll also stream ESO tomorrow. And aside from that, I got a new Skyrim video that I'm working on right now. It's very similar to the last video that I made. So stay tuned for that. And hope you guys have a good night. Peace out.